Hey everybody, today we're going to be checking out the Hummingbird Bronc V1. This machine was sent to me by Big Wasp Tattoo Supply to check out and review. If you do decide to pick up this tattoo machine or anything off of the Big Wasp website, you can use my discount code TylerNicholas to get 10% off of your order. I will leave the link to that and all the information you'll need down in the description of this video. First, let's start off with the price. This machine will run you $199.99 at the time of me filming this video. So if you are working on a budget, this machine could be attractive to you for that reason. In the box, you get 2 batteries, a charger, 2 replacement O-rings, the machine, and the attachment to turn the machine from a wireless to a wired machine with an RCA connection. I did notice that my RCA connection was damaged upon arrival. It does look like a squirrel nibbled on it a little bit, but thankfully it didn't affect the function of the machine at all. Having the ability to be able to switch from wireless to wired tattooing, I think is a great feature to have on a battery-powered tattoo machine. I know other machines on the market have this feature, and I am glad to see other companies implementing this feature into their tattoo machines. It does make for a very convenient machine to be able to work with. Changing from wired to wireless is very simple. All you have to do is unscrew the one attachment and screw the other one on without the use of tools. The weight and the width of this machine both make it very comfortable to hold, and it feels really good in the hand.
That's what she said!
Moving on to some specs, the Hummingbird Bronc V1 is made from aluminum. It weighs 237 grams. It is 142 millimeters in length, and it is 32 millimeters in diameter. It has a 3.5 millimeter stroke. The recommended voltage range is anywhere from 5 to 7.5 volts. It has a click grip to change your needle depth, and they claim that the 2000 milliamp hour battery will run you anywhere from 5 to 9 hours depending on how fast you run your machine. The digital screen on the battery attachment has a readout of your voltage, your battery percentage, and the amount of time that you've been tattooing for. So moving on to noise and vibration, to be able to turn on the machine, you long press the power button, and then the digital screen will pop up, and then you just short press it once and it will turn on the machine. This is what it sounds like at 5.6 volts. As you can tell, it's a very quiet machine. And let's bring it up to 7.5. It's just as quiet. Very low vibration, which is always welcomed and nice. Next, is it better with a battery or an RCA connection? The way that they've balanced this machine, I really love the way it feels wirelessly as well as wired. It really comes down to how you like to tattoo. Personally, I like the freedom of being able to be wireless, but if you like a wired connection, the way it feels is similar to the Bishop Wand or the CNC Q2. It's very short and it doesn't really pop out of the top of your hand very far. And the only real back weight on it at that point is the weight of the RCA cable. I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but in order to change the battery, all you have to do is unscrew the back. You can pop the old battery out, put a new one in, and screw the top back on. It really is that easy. The longest I've tattooed with this machine was about 5 hours, and I still had about 30% of battery left, so the batteries are definitely long lasting. Next up, bagability. Just like every other pen machine on the market, this machine is super easy to bag up. All you have to do is throw it down a clipcord cover, tape around the grip to hold the clipcord cover in place, wrap some grip tape around the grip however thick you like it. If you're doing wireless tattooing, fold over the excess bag and tape it to itself. Or if you're doing wired, just let the clipcord cover the cord. Pop a hole in the barrier for your cartridge in the tip and you are ready to go. Moving on to ease of cleaning, just like all other pen machines, once again, the outside is very smooth and easy to wipe down once you have bagged your machine. I did look for disposable grips online for this machine and they do not offer them. This is something that I would like to see in the future. Overall, I do prefer disposable grips just because of the simple fact of cleanliness. You're able to throw away your dirty grips and open up a new clean one every time. Not only that, like most pen machines, I wish there was an easy way to access the push rod and the inside of the housing of the tattoo machine to be able to properly clean them. Those parts of the machine come in contact with your cartridges while you're tattooing. And if you are not mindful to be not touching your stems and back of your cartridges, you will be cross-contaminating your cartridges from client to client. I did ask the company if there was a way to open up the machine to be able to clean inside of there, and they said it's very difficult to open up and you do need a special tool to be able to access that part of the machine. Now, a good way to avoid this while you're tattooing is to make sure you have a designated area on your tray for each cartridge so that the tip of one never touches the stem of another. You can do this by doing this little tape trick and making a little divider so all your cartridges are social distancing at all times. Not only that, along with handling your cartridges only by their tips, never by the backs or the stems. Now, what everyone wants to know, is it good for lining? Is it good for shading? And should you buy this machine? Starting off with lining, I was having an easy time lining with 3s, 5s, 7s. Anything larger than a 7, I was having to slow down my hand speed a lot in order to fully saturate the lines. I do have a pretty quick hand speed when it comes to lining, so this might be okay for somebody that likes to move a little slower while they're lining. But for me, this machine worked best for small to medium thickness lines, nothing bigger than a 7 liner. If you are looking for a liner machine, I do recommend the Bishop Wand Liner or the Vlad Blad Avenger 2 Pro. I have reviews on both of those machines on my channel and also a comparison video to where I compare both of those machines side by side. Next, is it good for shading? When I'm shading, I like to let the machine do a lot of the work to where I'm just basically letting the machine rest in my hand. And I'm basically just moving it across the skin, not really having to press, and just basically using the weight of the machine to get the ink into the skin. Especially with the battery attachment on the back of this machine, I really did enjoy shading with it because of the extra added weight. I was able to move quickly and efficiently. Same with color packing and color blending. I did like the way that the Hummingbird was able to perform with all different sized mags. Now, when it comes to whip shading with a 3 liner, I do enjoy using a harder hitting machine with a longer stroke, something that I'm able to slow down a lot more to be able to get a nice peppery texture. And last up, should you buy this machine? So if you are looking for a budget all-arounder wireless tattoo machine, I don't think that you can go wrong with this one. Like I said, if you're gonna be doing big, thick lines, I think you should look elsewhere. But if you're doing small to medium thickness lines and doing black and gray and color packing, I think that this machine will work well for you. Now, I cannot speak on how long this machine will last for you, if it'll die after a year or two. I don't know because I only used it for about a month. But even if it does only last a couple months, it still is only $200. You definitely will get your money's worth out of it. And during the month that I had it, I experienced no problems with it. What other machines would you guys like to see me review? If you leave them down in the comments, I will see if I can get my hands on them and review them for you. I hope this video helped you make a life-changing decision today. If it didn't, sorry. If it did, cool. Either way, I hope that you have a good day.